Mostly related to profession mounts. Are there going to be any multi-passenger flying mounts or any 310 speed profession mounts?
Good question.
There is a distinct possibility of the multi-passenger flying mounts. I don't see any way of adding a 310% flying mount unless it was tied to an achievement that already gave you a 310% flying mount. So if you had one, we might let you make. So we would just say, oh, do you have one of these mounts? And then we could say, okay, great, you can make this new gyrocopter. So yeah, I could see us doing that, but I don't see us giving it to you as just a freebie.
Hello. Boomkin Druids get 9% hit through talents. Arcane Mages and Shadow Priests get 6% hit through talents. But Elemental Shamans and Warlocks only get 3% hit through talents. Is there any way that Warlocks and Elemental Shamans could get another hit talent?
What you're likely to see in the Cataclysm time frame, I still have to stop myself. Wait, I can't say Cataclysm yet, but it's okay now, I can say it. Hit through talents is one of those things we'd love to get rid of. It messes with itemization. It's not consistent among the classes. They're not particularly fun talents to take. You don't be like, oh great, I gained a level, now +1 hit, I'm good. So more than likely I would say hit's going to probably go away and everyone will need to get hit that way.
Face right in the camera.
This new camera angle is extreme. Hello, BlizzCon. All right, I'll stop, I promise. I had a question about professions. So for you, Mr. LeCraft, I had it, hold on.
Engineering, blacksmithing,
All right, give him a break.
Blacksmiths can't repair their own armor or any weaponry. Tailors can't repair any cloth gear, especially the cloth that they make. So in terms of giving buffs to the different professions, are there any plans to have that as a possibility? Engineers being able to repair trinkets, or maybe just getting rid of durability entirely?
No, I don't think the durability mechanic is going away anytime soon. That's one of the things that I'm sure everybody would love to see go away, but it's actually really good for the game because it keeps gold from inflating horrendously. And as far as repairing your own individual armor, we've talked about it but kind of shied away from it because the engineers have the repair bots and that kind of covers everybody. So mostly the idea was add reforging to those classes to kind of give them an extra thing to do.
Right into the camera.
All right, my question is pertaining to Resto Shamans and Resto Druids. How come Rest or Paladin, and if I face an RMB, someone is Sheep or Nova the whole game?
Should we tell him?
I would, yeah.
We originally set up this matrix, right, where some people can dispel disease and poison, and what happens is, of course, in PvP, 90% of things are magical, and that becomes the most important. So what we think we're going to do is just give that kind of dispel magic to all healers, and then let the poison, curse, disease, or defensive or offensive healing to so everyone will have their own little niche there, but everyone can do the kind of important dispelling you need to.
Dwarves have an amazing racial ability called treasure find, and I'm wondering what the hell happened to the treasure in the world.
They found it all. You want to take that? Archaeology.
Yeah.
Look over there.
I don't actually know what happened to all the chests in the world. I think it was, honestly, to be totally honest with you, it was mostly because of exploiters for the dungeon chests, and then the outdoor world just kind of followed the same philosophy of we couldn't make them cool enough. But we do have plans to make them cooler and reintroduce them. We actually have another guy on our team, Owen Langdon, is working on a whole system for that, where chests will give you like experience when you open them, and they have very cool stuff, but they're on longer respawns. So finding those with treasure finding is actually going to be a pretty epic event, hopefully. Well, maybe not epic, but it'll be better than finding cheese and silver coins.
Bolt of lemon.
Okay.
How you doing? Thank you, Blizzard.
Thank you.
Question for you all. If you have a 310% speed mount currently and multiple 280% speed mounts as well, is there any chance, perhaps since the 280% speed mounts are actually pretty like cool looking, could we up the speed to the current 310% speed, please?
That's something we talked about. Yeah. Chris wants to do that.
It's possible.
Yeah. That is something that has come up before of like, you get these cool rewards that actually make your other rewards less cool because then you never want to use them again. And we have pitched around the idea that those rewards end up being a boost to all of your mounts just so they're not, just so you don't run into the problem you're talking about there. That's not 100% yet. It's something we're still talking about. But we understand the problem.
What if we could just give you your riding crop instead? No? No? Worth a shot.
My question is about Shadow Priests and haste. As you previously said, haste makes you press the buttons faster. Considering that Shadow Priests are mostly dots, that doesn't help much. Our direct damage abilities are on cooldown, so do you feel that's a problem?
I would say we want to get haste better for everyone as a stat. It's a problem when we have a stat that's great for one spec or one class and then bad for people sharing that gear. So we always strive to bring them at least to some level of equality. I don't know, maybe we can improve that?
The other thing is we're not ready to talk about the new spells that you'll get in Cataclysm. What you're likely to get is like one at level 81, one at 83, and one at 85. And something we've talked about for the Shadow Priest is some kind of direct nuke that doesn't have a cooldown, that probably isn't as good as your big ones, but you could throw in there whenever the others are on cooldown. It'd be really useful in PvP too.
All right, it looks like we have about 5 more minutes for questions.
We'll talk fast.
First off, Greg, I am an engineering paladin, so I hate you. My actual question is this. Currently, we have no way of crafting staves, bows, or crossbows. Is there any plan to change that in the future?
We've kind of been holding out on those as the last vestiges of hope for wood crafting, but it's really not enough to make a whole trade skill. It's possible that we may add bows to engineering, very gearish, I don't know, artified,
compound bows.
Yeah, compound bows. But as far as staves and what was the other one?
Crossbows.
Crossbows, those will probably remain uncraftable, but they could be found as relics through the archaeology system or something like that.
Hello. The Feral Druid DPS rotation, I think, is the leading cause of carpal tunnel syndrome in WoW players.
John Madden.
John Madden!
Yeah, exactly. Is there any... I'm actually fine with the amount of buttons we press, but is there any way of, like, for example, making it so we're not tracking 2 completely different resources in energy and combo points, like letting us build more than 5 combo points but only spend like 5 at a time at most, or anything like that?
We really like the cat rotation. It's when you talk to people that have played the spec for a long time, they love the way it plays. It's the kind of thing I'm kind of hesitant to mess with because people really like it. What we can do a lot better job of is making the default WoW UI communicate better to you that, oh, I have enough combo points, or oh, I'm on cooldown, those kind of things that people feel like they have to have mods for. I mean, it's cool if you want to use mods, but you shouldn't feel like you have to have them to play your class. So we'd probably tackle it that way. Or you could get a Manglebot.